Hormonal problem, it's a habit problem. If your hormones are out of balance, you need to ask why. Are you consuming too much refined sugar and refined carbohydrates? Are you eating enough fiber? Are you pooping enough? Are you using any chemicals that are disrupting your hormones? Are you getting enough sunshine and vitamin D? Are you exercising enough but not too much? How's your sleep? How's your stress? All of these things influence your hormones and your chance of getting acne. If you want to learn more about clearing acne naturally, follow my page.
When I was younger, I wanted to be a YouTuber, but my facial hair stopped me from doing this. It was my biggest insecurity and I wasn't allowed to remove it. I was never insecure about it until some boys pointed it out and started laughing at me. Then I would spend hours comparing my appearance to other girls online. But here's the thing, the reason we struggle so much with our insecurities is because we compare our BeReals with other people's Instagram feeds. So if you look back at pictures and realize you're not even in many of them because you didn't feel attractive enough to be in front of the camera, or if you don't wear crop tops because you're scared of other people judging your stomach rolls, remember, an imperfect picture or outfit is better than a perfect nothing. Nobody can relate to perfection, so the very thing that held me back from starting YouTube is the same thing that made me take off on TikTok. If you're a girl and you've ever struggled with your appearance, hit the follow button because I promise you, we're in this together.
Testing. Auto Foundation. Applicator. It blends so well. Love it. Pad is washable.
This is a period shower routine to stay fresh and clean throughout your whole cycle. Now, when I have cramps, I don't want to stay in the shower too long, so I just want to make it as quick as possible. So what I do is I actually mix my soaps. So I get my moisturizing soap and my actually cleansing soap. So this Dr. Bronner's is actually peppermint. Peppermint has like this cooling effect where it alleviates my pain. It's like a painkiller itself, especially when it mixes with the steam in the shower. It's like a whole heating pad for my whole body. So I clean my body with that. I don't do this every day, just those times where I'm like, I just need to clean my body and get out. So after I'm done with that, now the most important part, I clean my downstairs area, my behind, my front with the Baby Dove soap, and I clean really well. After that, I clean out my rag, make sure there's nothing left. Then I moisturize my body with amlactin, something light. And then I want to smell good, so I just usually get something that smells good. I've been loving this Nutris body butter. It smells so good. Yes, this product's so good. That's why it took me a long time to say butter. But you know what? One important thing I always try to do is I always try to wipe my downstairs area with a paper towel so that there's no mess on my towel. This is an extra step that I do, but I add non-alcohol witch hazel just for my behind area, not to just clean and prevent odor. Then I finish off the night by drinking some chamomile tea and I go to bed.
It's our exfoliating glove. It easily removes dead skin and dirt in seconds.
If you're a beginner to makeup and you have no idea where to apply your blush, I'm gonna help you out. Starting with the basics, you're just going to smile. This little circle that forms, that's where you can apply it. This placement is going to give you a cute, youthful appearance. See? For the second placement, you're just going to suck in your cheeks like this. Find the hollow of your cheekbones and you're going to apply the blush right above that. Keeping the focus here instead of here gives you a slimming effect, almost like you're contouring with blush. Last placement is just a little bit on your forehead. This is where the sun naturally hits our skin. It's going to give you a sun-kissed look. Let me know in the comments if this helped you out and let me know what tutorials you want to see next.
Please do not cancel me. All right, what if I told you that you were wiping your butt wrong? Some of the girlies are gonna be upset with me, but that's okay. That's okay. You guys, I first learned this from the H3H3 podcast. They had like a whole debate on whether you use wet wipes to wipe your bottom. That was the first time that I ever heard of an adult using wet wipes. I personally feel like if you don't have a bidet or one of those like bidet attachment things to your toilet, then you should be using wet wipes. So these are water wipes, and then these are the Honest plant-based wipes. These are both 99% water or over 99% water, so they don't have any crazy things in them, but let me know if you find better options that are like safer or cleaner. Sometimes toilet paper is just not giving, it's not getting everything, so I don't just go in with the wipes. I would use toilet paper beforehand, and then on the last swipe, use a water wipe or wet wipe or whatever. I personally feel like if you're just using toilet paper, it's not as clean as it could be because this will get you squeaky clean. But if you disagree, then go off, sis. Do you? One thing though, you cannot flush these down the toilet. Even if you get flushable wipes, you cannot flush those down the toilet. I mean, I guess you can, but it'll cause like a lot of blockage, especially at your own house. You just don't want to have to deal with the plumber bill. Okay, let me know if you do this or if you've heard of anybody else who does this.
Some of the best tips and techniques from a makeup artist. You're not applying a lip balm on your lips before you start applying makeup. This is going to act as the perfect base, so when it comes time to apply your lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss, they're going to look juicy, they're not going to look dry, and the lip product is not going to settle into the lines of your lips. You're not prepping your skin for foundation. I love the Amber Lisa cream because whether my foundation is silicone based or water based, it is going to go on beautifully because of this product alone. It takes a guessing game out of me looking up, is this going to match with my primer? Is it not? Not to mention, it does not break you out. It feels so hydrating on the skin, and I mean, it makes your skin look so good. I haven't used a primer in about 3 weeks. I've just been using this, and my makeup has lasted and looked so good. If you apply your foundation directly onto your skin, normally you're applying a pump. Well, usually 1 pump of foundation covers my entire face. But once you add all the product to your face, it's got to go somewhere, right? So you're just going to keep blending it, and you're going to have an extra layer of foundation that you're not going to need. The more product you have on your skin that is not really going anywhere, that's just sitting on top of it, the more cakey and thick and not natural your skin's gonna look. You guys have been noticing I don't put foundation underneath my eyes, and that is because I don't need to, and you don't either. The more product you have under there, the more likely and the quicker your makeup is gonna crease. Do yourself a favor, get a full coverage concealer, whichever one you want, apply it to your under eyes however you want. I'm not gonna tell you how. And then blend away. The more full coverage the concealer, the less product you're gonna need. You saw how much I applied, and even that was too much. This is where brush tools comes into play. If you apply too much product and you wanna take some away, get a damp beauty blender and just buff it. Press it gently into that area, and you see it's gone. This is gonna help pick up any excess product that's really not needed on the skin. Now, that being said, damp beauty blender, if you're able to squeeze this out and water comes out, it is too wet. A lot of times people will comment, I'm using a beauty blender but it's like picking up my makeup. That's because your beauty blender is wet and not damp. The best thing to do is once you place it under water and it's really big, wrap it up with a paper towel and squeeze out any excess water. The paper towel is really going to help absorb any water. Take your concealer and place it on your eyelid. This is going to help act as a beautiful base for any eyeshadow if you use eyeshadow, but it's also going to help cover up any discoloration on the eyelids because we all got them. If you get like really cakey under your nose right here, just wipe off any of the foundation that's there and go in with your brush that you use for your concealer. Don't add any extra product. You don't need to. Buff that in. And the cakiness should be gone, but the coverage will still be there. If your brows are long like mine, always make sure they are not drooping like this. This is going to help drag your face down. I have no product on the spoolie. I'm just going to show you if you lift them up, your face is going to look more lifted. That's why brow gel is so important. If you want to see more, I do have a part 2 up.
The other day I came across something funny, the copy and paste Latina. And I'm not gonna lie, at first I was offended. I was like, what does that even mean? But I kind of looked into it and I figured out it's just like a baddie, like a Latina baddie makeup. This is a tutorial I saw on it. This is another example that I think kind of qualifies into the copy and paste Latina. So let's do a little tutorial because I want to look like that. First, the brows have to be really nicely shaped and dark. So we're going back into the ABH pomade. And you absolutely have to clean up the brows. Okay, the next step is like a really full coverage matte base. Also going in with a little bit of bronzer and just a tiny bit of blush blended into the bronzer. I go in with a full coverage concealer. This makeup style is really matte and I'm oily, so I'm adding a lot of extra powder. The eyes are really simple, no eyeliner, not that much eyeshadow. We're just gonna go in with some really big lashes. Last, very important step is to line your lips. And gloss, I'm just going in with a clear gloss. And that's it, you guys. I think I nailed it.
Five key signs someone has a crush on you according to psychology. 1. They can't stop fidgeting when they're around you. 2. They change the tone of their voice. Men usually go deeper while women go higher. 3. They fix themselves.
Here are 3 workouts to do during your ovulation phase. When you are at your ovulatory phase, you are at peak fertility and you have the highest energy. During this phase, you're going to have a lot of high energy, so take advantage and do some cardio activity. Things like indoor cycling, running, or swimming are really great activities to do during your ovulation phase.
always wear black and people ask me why. It's for 3 reasons and 3 reasons alone. Number 1, it never goes out of style. You think black goes out of style? It never does. You know what also never goes out of style? You going and fucking yourself. Number 2, you can't tell how much it costs. This could have been $10, it could have been $50, but it teaches you to mind your own goddamn business. You don't need to know how much I make and how much I spend of it. Number 3, it's discreet. Let's say I do something that's a little bit out of
3 things that people do that show they lack confidence. Part 1. 1. Talking really fast. This shows that you feel like what you have to say is not that important and interesting, and you just feel like you're wasting people's time by talking.
You are such a catfish. Maybe I am, but I am super confident in my own skin and I love makeup, but I don't use it to hide. So today I thought I would do a whole tutorial dedicated to me and my natural skin. Starting off with face wash. This is my favorite step in my routine because it removes all my makeup and leaves my skin feeling silky smooth. Then I exfoliate, and sometimes I'll use a chemical exfoliant, but I also love a face scrub just like this one. It removes any dead skin cells and it makes me feel even more confident, baby. Then I like to use a cheeky little toner to give me a really deep clean. People either love or hate toners, and I love them. Team toner all the way. Finishing it off with my favorite product, the Nivea Derma Skin Clear Chemical Exfoliator. I use this at night and it basically helps to activate the skin's renewal process, and it can clear your skin in 7 days. Catfish or not, I slay my skincare routine.